This video is going to take you through troubleshooting techniques for lab2_c.cpp, and please perform these troubleshooting techniques as shown in the video so that you'll be able to do this on code that you write later. And troubleshooting is going to be essential to everything you do. Once you've done that, you should be able to answer these questions. When a printf is executed, does the output of the printf immediately go to the screen? And if no, how do you fix that? And more to the point, when you're troubleshooting code, how is step into different from step over in terms of executing functions? These concepts will be covered as we go through this video. If you remember, what we've done so far is we've imported lab2c from embed, and we've actually hit the hammer here to generate our binaries. And I actually got out of the program, so we're going to have to start debugging with selected configuration again, and the cable is definitely hooked up to our Freedom K64, so everything's going to go. And the view that we have right now is we're using our C/C++ view of things, which allows us to create and edit programs. We can switch to a debug perspective and just see all the things that we need for doing debugging. Now, I've brought up the putty screen here, and what we're going to do is hit this guy here, and if we hit that, then it actually runs the program just as it did in the embed. Now again, we have to click inside the screen, we type in AB, we hit enter, we type in CD, and it gives us all of this information. Now one of the things we can do, we can pause our program, and after we pause our program, we can also hit this guy, which is let's restart. Okay? So if we back out again and take a look, let's go through our program step by step. Now the first thing it's going to hit is this clear function. Now we have two options up here. Two options are step into or step over. If we choose the step into, it actually goes into the clear function and allows me to then execute statements one after the other and see what happens. If I say step over, it actually executes all the code here and then just continues on without individually executing each instruction. So I'm going to do step into. So if I step into this, we can see that it goes down to our printf, which should actually clear the screen. So let's do a step over on that, and it's executed the printf. Uh-oh, nothing has been cleared on this screen. Isn't that strange? And then if we hit step over again, it's going to go back up to our position. We're going to do a step into to actually go into that code. And notice it does a printf again, which should reposition the cursor, which it did not do. If we do step into again, it goes right back up to here. Printf input first number. So it should have cleared the screen, repositioned. It hasn't done either of those. I'm going to step over the printf. But notice until I hit this, it doesn't actually do any of those things because all that information is sitting in their standard out buffer. Now if I click here and I type in an AB and hit enter, that AB has gone somewhere. It's gone into num1. To see this, we're going to have to say window, show view, variables. So in this case, now we can see our variables. Our variable num1 has AB in it, but the other variables just have random stuff in it. Now it's going to say position at 2, 1. Now I'm going to just do a step over to see if it does the position. It did not do the position. I do a step over to see if it printed input second number. It didn't. Until I hit the scanf, then it does all that. Isn't that strange? So I'm going to click over here and type in CD, hit enter. And now we can see that we've got A, B, and CD here. And as we go through this, we see that we have this problem where the output from the printf does not immediately go to the screen. So let's see how we can fix that. Now what we're going to do is change back to our C++ perspective where it's a little easier to do editing. And we're going to make some changes. One of the problems we find with anything that has a printf, after we should f flush standard out. Now once we've got that in there, let's just copy this, Control C, and put that after every printf that we've got. Just Control C, Control V, and also down in our functions, we're going to hit Enter and Control V, Enter and Control V. After every printout, we have an F flush standard out. Let's see if that's going to help things. So what we have to do first is since we've changed our code, we're going to have to build it again to create new binaries, and we're going to have to kill the previous program so that we can actually go over here and start debugging with our new code. Now once it's finished, we can switch over to our debug again and put our window in here again, window, show view, variables. Okay, so again, these are just random variables. Now let's do this step by step. So what I'm going to do again, let me just zoom in a little bit here, is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to step into our clear function. And watch what happens when I step over printf and fflush, it's clear. So this is going to make sure that our print apps go to the screen right after they're executed.